So this month's theme is activating intuition. So take a nice deep breath, because it's right here, right now. And this week's theme is why walk when we can fly? And I realized that in order for us to fly, we have to get to the cliff. And in order to get to the cliff, we have to make the climb. You just heard it. That wasn't too hard. The climb. We have to make the climb. We have to get there. To me, the climb is the great awareness. You see, I see this experience of life as all of us being these beautiful little spirits, these pieces of infinite good, pieces of God, pieces of spiritual essence, born into a magnificent world of opposites. Not duality, because for me there's just one infinite spirit, the infinite creation of everything, but a world of opposites. We come here so we may learn and grow and become. Now I want you to think about the opposites in your life right now. Our goal, our intention, is to bring balance to the opposites, that we may become whole and learn and remember. These beautiful words: if you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make the change. Do you know who spoke those words? Michael Jackson, that's right. Michael Jackson from Man in the Mirror. This has been a very emotional week for me. Two of our very dear congregants, one lost her husband who's had a miraculous but very difficult battle with brain cancer for the last 3.5 years. And then one of our founding members made her passage this week. So we had very intimate and personal losses, and we had some big icons in our world, in my era, that made their passage. And I know that when the spirit no longer needs the body, that the body is no longer the perfect instrument and house for the soul, that it simply severs its connection and moves on to its next experience. And that's beautiful, but the loss we feel is for ourselves here on this physical plane. How do we balance the opposites of beautiful, this gift of life, and the loss that we feel? We're given a brief time on earth, and I believe we're instilled and infused with the power to live our best life. Are you willing to make the climb to get there?
Yes.
Good. I want to tell you a story, and I want you to see how this can relate to you right now. There was a king who was given the gift of 2 beautiful peregrine falcons from Arabia. They were magnificent birds, the most beautiful he had ever seen. And he gave them to his falconer to train them, that they may be part of his beautiful kingdom. A month later, the falconer came back, and he relayed to the king that one of the birds was soaring magnificently, beautifully in the kingdom, doing its work, training well, learning how to hunt. Beautiful bird. The other, however, had not left its perch for the entire month, had not left the branch that at first took as home. And the king got very concerned and worried, and he called the healers and the sorcerers in the kingdom, and he brought them together to do the healing work for this bird. Yet the bird would not leave the branch. So he called upon members of the court, and they came together to brainstorm to help this bird move. Finally, one morning, the king had a great intuitive thought, and he said, it must be the landscape that's inhibiting this bird. I need to call in someone who knows the landscape. So he called in a local farmer to come and check things out. The next morning, the king looked out his window, and there was this second falcon flying majestically over the land. He said, call in this miracle maker, bring him to me. And sure enough, the farmer came in. And the king said, how did you make this miracle? And the farmer stood with his head bowed. And he said, Your Highness, I simply cut the branch. So my question to you right now is, what is your branch? What is your fear or insecurity that keeps you from making the climb to be your greatest self? When we hear at a person's passing about their life, my wish is to know that my life made a difference. And what I believe is for each and every one of us that we have that same wish. Because who we are speaks so much louder than what we do. Who we are speaks so much louder than what we say. So this job is internal work. Now some of you may ask, well, I can't make the climb because I don't know where I'm going. Do any of you ever feel that? You don't quite know where you're going, you're lost. Well, I want to tell you something, and Leonard knows this. He has a wonderful book coming out, that within each of us, we have an internal GPS system, a God positioning system. Our soul, just like the needle on a compass, always points north. Our soul is a compass that always points to God. So within you right now, if you make the space to listen, that you have within you a positioning system that can align you with your good right now, put you in sync with life and love and goodness. What do we need to do, though, to get in tune with that soul within? Number one, I feel, is empowerment. Sit up a little straighter. Know that you are a magnificent being right here. Just say that. I am a magnificent being. Here on earth, to share my love, to share my light, and to be the good I am seeking. That's right. Do you know how powerful those words are? Our conscious mind is much stronger than our subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind holds all our old beliefs, old experiences, old thoughts. Those are those thoughts that keep coming to you when you're trying to climb. Well, you can't do it. You're not good enough. You're not enough. Well, you know what? When you hear those thoughts, give yourself a hand. Do you know why? Because it means you're doing something. If you're not hearing any of that little chattering in the mind, the little negative talk, it means you're not working hard enough. And you've got the power to let it go. To let it go. So when we hear that and know that we are divinely directed to do something wonderful, but we get stuck on our branch because it's comfortable. Our branch may be addictions. Our branch may be attachment to the past. Our branch may be fear of the future. But if we have the courage to let go and feel empowered that God knows we are strong and courageous right now, that we have everything we need. The second thing for me that is important in making this climb to get to the edge that we might fly is that we understand that we are made of love. Do you know that love, true love, is a causative force? It changes things. When we love ourselves, number one, and love our life, we can change the world. It's whining, complaining, bickering that keep us stuck and keep us small. So today, if nothing else, I simply ask that you have the courage to do the work. What right now are you willing to do that you've never done? Something to stretch yourself, because we're here to grow and expand forever. We